Welcome all aspirants of SSC CGL exam. Here we are going to discuss about the questions of Tier 2 SSC CGL exam, and as we all know, it's a 200 paper question, both for English as well as maths. Without much interaction, we are directly getting into the questions which are discrete, but we must know those. English and maths. Here these sections we will discuss in the coming slides, that is active, passive, direct, indirect, antonyms, idioms and phrases, one word substitution and phrasal verbs. In case of maths, we will focus only on four session: mensuration, geometry, trigonometry and algebra. Active passive session of English. We are all familiar with basic rules. Here I just introduce three examples which are somewhat distinct in nature. Let us take the first example. He decided to sell the car. He decided to sell the car. From the introduction, it will seem that car must be the object and the sentence must be begin with the car, but actually the passive form of the sentence is the decision was made by him to sell the car. Why do it so? It is because the decision about the car has not been taken. The decision was about selling the car. It is an action. That's why the passive form of the statement will be the decision was made by him to sell the car. And I take the second example. It is impossible to do this. On the similar manner, this is also a tough example, and the corresponding passive form will be to do this is impossible. And the third example, please enter by the lift door. Here it can be in passive form by you are requested to enter by lift door. I think these three are discrete example for passive voice. Since it is an objective exam, SSC CGL Tier 2, we must be familiar with these types of examples in order to get the right answer. Please cover this once again. Now we are getting directly into direct, indirect speeches. Here also I will give three examples. Away, she said to the man, do not trouble your family. Here we can convert it into indirect speech as she asked the man to go away and not to trouble his family. The second example is, let us give a party. Jaya, let us not. Husband. Jaya suggested giving a party, but her husband answered in negative. Here, if the husband give agreement, that is let us, then the answer must end in positive. Okay. And the third one, be quiet, I said to them. It can be converted as I told them to be quiet. Now we are getting into 10 examples of antonyms. Asceticism, luxury. Asceticism means something, the lifestyle of priests will be like ascetics, and luxurious life we are familiar with. Vague, actual. Actual means it is real terms, and vague it means something the In case the vague image, which simply means that something not realistic in nature. Guilty, ignorant. Dissolution, establishment. Brave, timid. Niggardly, lavishly. Melodious, tuneless. Advanced, retarded. Enduring, fleeting. Appalling, consoling. We must be familiar with these antonyms in order to get good score for the English session. I will introduce every day 10 antonyms in the coming slides also. Now let us get into idioms and phrases. To get currency to get currency to, which means that to pay much attention. A litmus test. When something is proved clearly, we know litmus paper is used to detect whether the solution is acidic or basic. That principle is followed here. A litmus test. When something is proved clearly. To rub shoulders means to come in close contact. A gentle at large without any serious occupation. A gentle at large. Cut and dried means ready made. Black out. Lose consciousness. When one's consciousness is lost, it can be represented by idiom black out. Hold your horse means be patient. Cut above the rest, it means superior to. Going places. Talented and successful. Going places. Discrete type. We may not get the real meaning unless we are made familiar with these. Pull no punches. Speak frankly. Okay, now let us getting into one word substitution. Hamlet. A small village or group of houses. Hamlet, usually the word is used for those who are staying in Himalayan conditions. Those are represented as hamlets. Ornithology, study of birds. Dysphomania, irresistible craving for alcoholic drinks. Misanthrope, a hater of humankind. Panacea, a ready-made for all a remedy for all diseases. Idolatry, worship of idols or images. Hypochondria, excessive preoccupation with one's health. Impunity, without risk of punishment. Pensive, deep in thought. Hospitable, fond of entertaining guests. These words must also be familiar with. Phrasal verb, something we always get in confusion with. Get up. Get up is an easy word. It means we are waking up in the morning. That can be used by getting up. For example, I get up early in the morning to prepare for SSC CGL. The second word, get over. It means to recover from illness or problem. Get over. I got over issue of mental stress when the SSC CGL Tier 1 result was published. And the third phrasal verb with get is get around to. Finally, find time to do something. Find time to do something. Okay, because of the posts and salary at the post, one will get recruited. I got round to preparing SSC CGL means time to do preparing for this particular exam. Get round to. Get across, to communicate. We must stress on the meaning. Get across means to communicate. I got my views across the panel and I got recognized in the meeting with new approaches. Get over means to communicate. Get along or on. To like each other. Children and pets get on quickly, or the children and pets get along quickly. Okay, and get around, to have mobility. Steam engine was the machine man depended to get around from one place to another. That is, steam engine was used as first means of transportation. Now we are getting into the maths session. Mensuration, geometry, trigonometry, algebra. We will discuss very few number of questions in this part. First and foremost, mensuration. Here you can see one cone, one sphere and a cylinder. Radius of each of these are r, and in case of the cone the height is 2r, and in case of cylinder the height is 2r, while the volume of the cone, which is equal to 2 by 3 pi r cube. How we get this 2 by 3 pi r cube? Normally the volume of the cube is 1 by 3 into pi r square into h. Here h must be substituted by 2r, hence the equation will become 2 by 3 pi r cube. And in the case of sphere it is 4 by 3 pi r cube. And finally the cylinder, it is pi r square into 2r, hence 2 pi r cube. And the good relation we will get from this is the volume of the cone and sphere will give the volume of cylinder. But these two conditions must be satisfied. The height of the cone must be equal to twice the radius, and same the case of cylinder. Then the sum of cone and sphere will be equal to the volume of cylinder. In case of geometry also I will introduce only one question. Here you can see three circles of equal radius and whose centers have been joined. That is, A, B, C has been joined and we will get an equilateral triangle. Here the area within these three circles, the shaded portion, how much this will be, and this can be calculated by the principle that here the area of this equilateral triangle can be calculated by using the formula root 3 by 4 into the side length square. Side length will be equal to twice the radius, and the three arcs or part of the circles will be equal to half of the full circles. Why do it so? It is because the three center angles of triangle will be equal to 180 degree. In case of a circle it will be 360 degree, hence the total area of the part of circles will be equal to half of the full circle's area, that is half pi r square. Then if we subtract the area of equilateral triangle by this half of the area of circle, we will get the shaded area, that is root 3 minus pi by 2 into r square. Root 3 minus pi by 2 into r square. It must be taken care. What is the radius of these circles, or what is the side of this equilateral triangle? Depending upon those, the equation can vary as root 3 by 2 or root 3 by 4. in case of trigonometry, we are getting the relation that in case of a triangle ABC, tan A plus tan B plus tan C is equal to tan A into tan B into tan C. Here I'm just giving the proof that A plus B plus C is equal to 180, AB is equal to 180 minus C, and tan A plus B is equal to tan 180 minus C, and tan A plus B is equal to tan A plus tan B divided by 1 minus tan A tan B, it is equal to minus tan C. Then we will get the same relation, that is tan A plus tan B plus tan C is equal to tan A tan B tan C. And from this relation, if we are familiar with this relation, we can solve the following three questions. That is, if tan A tan B is equal to 11 and tan A plus tan B is equal to 21, it is asked to find tan C. Here we can apply the principle that tan A plus tan B plus tan C is equal to 3 tan A tan B tan C, and here you can substitute tan A tan B is equal to 11 and tan A plus tan B is equal to 21, and then the left side of the equation will become 21 plus tan C is equal to 11 tan C. By simplifying, we can find the value of tan C. Similar is the case of the second question. If tan A is equal to tan B is equal to 5, find the value of tan C. And the third question, tan A is equal to 2 tan B is equal to 3 tan C, find tan A. From this relation, we can express tan A is equal to 3 tan C, tan B is equal to 3 by 2 tan C. Hence substitute tan A and tan B in terms of tan C. Then we will get the relation for tan C, and from tan C we can calculate the expression for tan A. Finally, we are getting into a discrete relation for algebra, which will be useful for our calculation. That is, a raised to 5 plus 1 by a raised to 5, it is equal to a cube plus 1 by a the whole cube is equal into a square plus 1 by a the whole square minus a plus 1 by a. And a raised to 7 plus 1 by a raised to 7 is equal to a cube plus 1 by a cube into a raised to 4 plus 1 by a raised to 4 minus a plus 1 by a. And finally, we have the relation with a raised to 5 minus 1 by a raised to 5 is equal to a cube plus 1 by a cube into a square plus 1 by a square minus a minus 1 by a. These relations are useful to calculate the particular value of the left hand side with the corresponding value of a and 1 by a. With this, I conclude today's session. We will get into more interesting topics of SSC CGL Tier 2 with the good questions in the coming videos. Thanks for watching.